जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना।
यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना।
यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
यमुना तीरावनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरावनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधे।
जय राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधे।
जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय।
जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय।
जय प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा।
जय प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा।
जय जय श्रीपाद गुरुदेव श्रीपाद गुरुदेव।
जय जय श्रीपाद गुरुदेव श्रीपाद गुरुदेव।
जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र गौरनिताय श्री प्रभुपाद श्रीपाद महाराज की जय। Assembled all devotees, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande.
हरि हरि।
We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 3rd chapter, text number 7 to 10. Text number 7.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। हरि बोल। Hare Krishna, bro. Please unmute yourself.
Okay. Now it's okay. Huh?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Then translation, text number 7. O great person, chief of the universe, if you think it proper, kindly stop these disturbances, meant to destroy everything, before all your obedient subjects are annihilated. Text number 8. Tasya yam kila sankalpas charato duscharam tapaha sruyatam kimna viditas tavathapi niveditam. Translation. Kashipu has undertaken a most severe type of austerity. Although his plan is not unknown to you, kindly listen as we submit his intentions. Text number 9 to 10. Srištva characharam idam tapo yoga samadhina adhyasti sarvadhisnebhya parameshthi nijasanam. Translation. The Supreme Person within this universe, Lord Brahma, has gotten his exalted position post by dint of severe austerities, mystic power, and trance. Consequently, after creating the universe, he has become the most worshipable demigod within it. Since I am eternal and time is eternal, I shall endeavor for such austerity, mystic power, and trance for many, many births, and thus I shall occupy the same post occupied by Lord Brahma. Purport. Hiranyakashipu's determination was to occupy the post of Lord Brahma. But this was impossible because Brahma has a long duration of life. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 8:17, Sahasra Yuga Parayantam Ahar Yad Brahmano Viduhu. 1000 yugas equals 1 day of Brahma. The duration of Brahma's life is extremely great, and consequently, it was impossible for Hiranyakashipu to occupy that post. Nonetheless, his decision was that since the self, Atma, and time are both eternal, if he could not occupy the post in one lifetime, he would continue to execute austerities life after life, so that sometime he would be able to do so. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishta. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha Kalpatarubhescha Kripa Sindhuvai Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishta Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Sarup Damodar Swamini Namine Namaste Bhakte Manipur Bhavacha Prabhupada Sadvani Prachara Niratte. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. For seeking the blessings of all the elevated sannyasis, Maharaj, and all the well wishes and blessings of other senior Vaishnavas, devotees, so I can speak some valuable words from this transcendental literature. So continuing in this text number 7, so all the demigods, when they they saw all the disturbance happening within the universe, so much of troubles. So ultimately, what to do when they are not able to do anything, headed by Indra? So then they go to Brahma, who is the creator of the universe. So through him, they approach Shirodaksha Vishnu for maintaining equilibrium in the universe, to have proper administration. So the demigods are praying to Lord Brahma that the way he is doing austerity, Hiranyakashipu, so this will destroy the universe, because this austerity, severe austerity for so many years, it has a lot of effect of the person who is doing such great austerity. So as we studied further before also, like our Dhruva Maharaj, others devotees, or what happens there, by their dint of austerity, they can even stop the air cycle in the universe. Breathing becomes a problem for breathing for other entities, and there is too much heat within the universe. People get disturbed, trouble. So to get some benediction from the demigods, who are higher in administration, these demons, actually purpose is what? When the devotees do austerity, that is for not for harming others, maybe for some material desires, like having a big kingdom or wealth or something else. But the demons, they all do austerity is to what do they do? When we read here that they want the person who is giving him benediction, they want to remove him from that post, and they themselves want to occupy that post. So see, this is their intention, that bad intention. A person who is benefiting you, you want to kill him or you want to remove him. And then second is what? They want to disturb the running of the universe in proper way, as default administration directed by the Lord to the demigods, how it should run, how it should function peacefully, and how everything should go on. All the principles, religious principles which are done, that people follow it properly and they can elevate themselves. But what happens? The demigod, the demons, they want to disturb that cycle, and they want to themselves become some supreme, and don't want to follow the religious principle, and that way disturbing the program and plan for the purpose which is this universe is created. So they are saying that before we are annihilated by his austerity, so you please do something. They are praying to Lord Brahma. So Hiranyakashipu has undertaken a most severe type of austerity. So this, even Brahmaji, he knows that what austerity is doing and for what purpose. But still they are saying they want to share it, they want to inform the demigods to Lord Brahma that what is his intention, what is his purpose. The Supreme Person within this universe, Lord Brahma, has gotten his exalted position by dint of severe austerities, mystic power and trance. So they are narrating that how Lord Brahma is the chief ruler in this universe, means how he got this position and what his function is. So being the creator of the universe, how he got this power or the function, what he did, it was by when Mahavishnu, Lord Mahavishnu, when wanted to create this material universe, this creation. So for that purpose, he created Lord Brahma from his navel. A lotus grew from his navel, and Lord Brahma was created in that from his navel. So when he got his birth, or we could say when he appeared, Brahma from Mahavishnu's navel. So first he was confused, means where am I, or what am I, what I have to do. He was going up and down through the stem, and then when he came, when he was up in the lotus, so he saw it was dark everywhere around. It was completely dark. So he was a little bit confused and afraid, means what I have to do, or where am I. So that time there was a sound voice in the sky that tapaha tapaha tapaha, 3 times this word was spoken, and then he came to know that he has to do austerity. So he did tapaha, austerity, for several years like that. And then his duty or his responsibility, his function was told to him within his heart, Lord Brahma's heart, that what he should do, or how he should do. The Lord instructed him in his heart how the creation is done. Then we read in how he did the creation. So we read in the initial cantos of Bhagavatam how the creation was done one by one, all the different species, and finally the human beings, and so that way. So Hiranyakashipu is saying that he is eternal, he knows, as we read before, that demons also, they have knowledge about Vedas, but thing is that they have a wrong intention. That's why they don't follow the principles of the Lord, given by the Lord. So he says that I am eternal. He knows that the soul is eternal, and time is also eternal. So I will do austerity for continue birth after birth, because the soul never dies. So next birth again, if it takes time to please Lord Brahma, then I will birth after birth I will do austerity and try to occupy the post of Lord Brahma. So that was his wrong intention, not in harmony with the Supreme Lord, the absolute truth. So in the purport, as Prabhupada says, that Brahmaji's life duration, as in the Vedas we study that his lifespan is quite long. Quite long means it's we can calculate it, but we can imagine means how means so many life cycles of the Chatur Yuga. So we read here, Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyat Brahmano Vidu. It's in Bhagavad Gita 8:17. That it said that 1,000 yugas, these 4 cycles is there. Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. So these 4 cycles for how many? 1,000 yugas. One cycle, like one yuga is like that. If we 1,000 yugas are calculated, that becomes a day of Brahma, one day. So in that way, Brahma lives for 100 years. Just imagine how long his lifespan is. And after that, then the residents of heaven, their lifespan also is very long. But ultimately, one has to leave his body, his post, everything. So nobody is eternal in this material universe. Whoever it may be, from Brahma down to the small, insignificant ant, is said. So one who is in knowledge, proper knowledge, or one who is proper wisdom, he will try to do that thing by which he lives eternally and as per the character of the soul, the what is it called? The soul's what is the soul's quality is that Sachidananda. The soul is eternal, full of happiness and full of knowledge. So that is the state our original constitutional position is. So that only after liberating from this material covering which we have got, this body, this gross body, after getting liberated only, we can come to that state by our devotion practices, by pleasing the Supreme Lord that way. So this long duration of Brahma is difficult for anybody, for any living entity, for any general, ordinary living entity to overcome, to do that. Because Brahma already is imposed, he is ruling. So 1,000 cycles he will rule, and then ultimately like 100 years like that he will live, and then after that another next, when the next annihilation takes place and the next creation is done, then another Brahma will come. So that way. So it's almost impossible here, as Prabhupada says, to occupy that post. But he was executing it, this austerity, and thinking that I will occupy the post. And his other purpose was also is, we read previously what he wanted. So by dint of my severe austerities, I shall reverse the results of pious and impious activities. So you see here, what is his purpose, means what is his intention, that he wants to reverse. By doing pious activities, person get good birth, good family, wealth, and chance to elevate himself. Having a good birth in a good family, Brahmana family or a devotee family, he has a chance that he will get a proper education, he don't have to suffer, he don't have to worry for his general needs. So that way there is a chance. So by pious activities, person gets good birth, good wealth, and so many things. So he wanted to reverse it. So impious activities, he thought that I will become the ruler and I will reverse it. Doing impious things, people will get good facilities and other things. I shall overturn all the established practices within this world. Even Dhruvaloka will be vanquished at the end of millennium. Therefore, what is the use of it? I shall prefer to remain in the position of Brahma. He wanted to do topsy-turvy, everything, trying to reverse the things, and he will become the ruler of this material world, this universe. He wanted to become Brahma. So Hiranyakashipu's his determination was explained. The demigods explained to Brahma. So as we see that persons who those who do the effects of the pious and impious activities. So people who do pious activities, they are by dint of that piety in this earth planet, we see people doing. Some people, those who are very wealthy, they do pious activities like opening hospitals, opening schools, distributing in charity, food and other things, clothes and like that. So by these pious activities, they get higher birth, like taking birth in heavenly planets. So Hiranyakashipu, what did he wanted? He wanted them to be unhappy, suffering because of the diplomatic feelings of the demigods, even in the heavenly planets. So he wanted to reverse this process. He wanted those who were harassed in this world by material transactions to be unhappy for the same reason. He wanted those who were harassed in this world by material transactions to be unhappy for the same reason, even in the heavenly planets. Indeed, he wanted to introduce such harassment everywhere. One might ask how this would be possible, since the universal order has been established since time immemorial. Oh, sorry, sorry, Sanatan Prabhu, for tomorrow, this verse. That's why I was wondering why I read all the purports and why it is new to me. So this continue in the next tomorrow. Sorry. So as we read that further, it will be all explained in the further coming text that what was his purpose and what he wanted to do exactly, like reversing the principles. So in this universe, actually, generally the function of Brahma is to create as per the direction of the Lord and to maintain the proper working as directed by the Supreme Absolute. So that are the demigods. They are very sincere in their duties, in their responsibilities, and they work accordingly. That's why they are called demigods, because they follow the responsibilities according with the in coordination with the Lord's instruction. So for what happens sometimes with people with wrong intentions, so that is the like demons, they want to have power by austerity and do wrong things. So in that way, if you see people also, general people also, if they are not devotees or the worshipper of the Supreme Lord, or even not following the principles of religion as given by the Lord in Bhagavad Gita, basic principle things, how to move about, how to function our life in this society, in this planet. So then that is the instructions one has to follow. Then he can have a good life and gradually elevate himself to the spiritual world. So generally what happens, people, because of first thing is because of ignorance, because of having not knowledge of the scriptures, they what they do, they from childhood they have their material education, and that way after growing also to become matured, then still they continue with material education, and then just because of no information about the scriptures, they think that is the only thing what we have to do: study, have education, have a big post in a big multinational company, to have a good salary, bank account, and to enjoy the luxuries of life. That is the only aim people have generally. Or there is in a general way people go, Even people who are very highly educated, even they think that having a very big, high designation, a high post and power in the society, that is the only achievement we should no we should do. Like the big, uh, say the big industrialists or big scientists or big doctors and professors, teachers, that way. And they are very educated, but still, because of not having proper proper knowledge means to have the proper true knowledge. What is my benefit? If one doesn't know that I am the soul, I'm different from the body, this gross body, then whatever he does also it will be wrong, because he's doing things for this vanquishing body. One day it will finish. So where is the benefit? That is a foolishness. If we are doing just for maintaining the body, for everything for the body, then that is foolishness. But person with improper knowledge, he will follow the scriptures, he will study the scriptures, he will try to get information, try to hear from the realized souls, to have information what I should do, how I should go along with my everyday duties, how so that I can slowly, gradually, I can elevate myself to proper spiritual uh, place. So from where I can, after my complete purity, my soul becoming free from all the sinful reactions and developing love of God, and I will be promoted to the spiritual world. So that is the ultimate goal of life, to get liberated from these sinful reactions, what we get from following our mind and senses, and getting under the clutches of Maya Devi, Durga Devi, and following the dictations of goodness, passion, ignorance. Now coming under that influence, and just our mind taking us to different material achievements, material objects, and that way we degrade ourselves. So I would like to stop here, maybe, because there is not more than this. So if anybody has any, our senior devotees, if they have anything to add, they can add, or because still time for question answer. It's on the 10 minutes are there. Somebody want to add something, please come forward, our senior sannyasis and devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, bro. Thank you for this nice and wonderful class. Yeah, if anyone is having any question regarding today's class, they can raise the hand and ask His Grace Sham Kishore Prabhu. Yes, Harpal Prabhuji, please.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु धन्यवाद प्रणाम
Krishna Prabhuji, yes, you are audible, Prabhuji, please.
okay like Hiranyakashipu wanted to take the position of Brahma, so as a materialistic person or as a demon, so that may be natural. So what is wrong in that? So what you can understand, how is wrong in desiring so?
Yeah, just a second, Prabhuji. I think Prabhuji, please unmute yourself. Sham Kishore Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So the question is like, what is wrong in having such material desires? Hiranyakashipu is having desire to become Brahma.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear. Sorry.
What is wrong in having such material desires? As Hiranyakashipu is having a desire of becoming Brahma. So, what is wrong in doing as such? That is the question posed by our Haripal Prabhu.
Okay. Now, as we read also here in the Bhagavatam, and also I mentioned that because the desire to overpower and to make the results of people in this living entities in this world to reverse the effect of or the benefits of pious and impious activities, so that is against the rules of this creation, of this material creation as put on by the Lord. So that is very wrong. And also to take up the position of Brahma, that is okay. Maybe in next life, after his austerity, he will, because of his austerity or his desire to have the post of Brahma, that is okay. But the intention, Brahma is going in alignment with the desire of the Lord, as the Lord wants this material creation to function. So that is the very important. That is the main thing. The demigods, they are very sincere in following the instruction of the Lord. But let me see, his purpose is wrong, and also his intention is to remove Brahma by his austerity. He can pray to the Lord, the Supreme Lord, that I also want to become Brahma. So maybe next life. But his intention is wrong, that he wants to, after getting the power, he thought he will remove Brahma and then do reverse the results of pious, impious activities and other things which we will read further. Now, so yeah, that is the thing, Prabhu. And I have not read further. Further things will come. What is this other purposes and what are other things? Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Thank you, bro. Because this purpose of austerity is to get purified, na? So, like austerity generally is made for purification, but instead of getting purification, he is contaminated. Like he has again this material desire, sense gratification desire to become Brahma in the post. So I think that is the point here.
Right. Yeah, as you said, the purpose of austerity is to purify ourselves. As we see also, many sadhus, rishis, they also do austerity. That is one process of purifying. But some have ulterior motive, so that should be seen that it is in alignment with the desire of the Lord, or for some other motive that is different from the Lord. So that was as Prabhuji also said the day before, Haripat Prabhu, that austerity one does should be to please the Lord, not that what my mind is contaminated mind is saying, what I want to do, like doing also as per the our devotional austerity also, when one follows the proper Vaishnava principles and follows that also, as mentioned, we should follow, not that what I think is good, because it shouldn't disturb our service to the Lord, or what my guru or what the authority wants. It shouldn't disturb my service or my activities. Right? That also is there. Austerity should be done accordingly. And yes, it should be to purify oneself.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have series of questions. I
Let
will
us see.
go on.
Somebody doesn't have, then still we have time.
Yeah,
Then
I don't see
I will try.
any hand raised, so I will take this opportunity.
Yeah, I will try my best.
Yeah, so one question I have got just because of our Harpal Prabhu's question and your answer. So, yeah, even in order to attain Brahma's position, one has to purify themselves. Some kind of purity is required. Otherwise, without any kind of purity, we don't attain that Brahma's position. So this austerity's sole purpose is not only purification in that case. Then, so what is the other thing that we should have so, to perform proper way in proper way?
Yeah. Whoever demons we study in the Bhagavatam, those who wanted to kill, thinking they will kill Vishnu, or others demons thinking that one who is giving me benediction, I will destroy him. Like one demon, his name I am not exactly remembering. So he did severe austerity, and by his austerity he pleased Lord Shiva, and with that benediction he wanted to apply it on Lord Shiva himself. He wanted to kill him with that. That way, but the Lord interfered, and then Lord Shiva was somehow saved all. So the demigods, because they are in alignment with the Lord's desire, so they are ultimately saved by the Lord. But to see people, demons, they try to get the position of demigods, but that is not possible by wrong intention. By wrong intention, it won't be possible. Somebody forcefully to try to remove something. And particularly Brahma and Shiva, but many times what happens, other than like Indradev's kingdom also was grasped by the demigod, Hiranyakashipu. He took charge, and then he was removed from his seat and from his place, Indradev, and he was going around that please help us. He defend Brahma and then ultimately Vishnu. So after the purifying process, I'm not having so much detailed information or knowledge
No,
about that.
let me put my question in a different way. Like, so we need to purify ourselves in order to attain Lord, or in order to attain Guru and Guru's service. And we also need to purify ourselves to get material benefits. So, what is the difference between those two purifications?
Now, for the second thing, what did you say for material benefits?
For material benefits, also we need to perform some austerities and we need to little bit, purification is required.
Now that's what I don't have information about because maybe I also heard now from Haripat Prabhu that some purification is also needed. So I don't know exactly what are the purification things also needed, because they do severe austerities for several thousand, so many years. Standing here we see as Hiranyakashipu also standing on his toe and raising his hand and without any food or water or anything. They are doing severe austerity. That's very difficult. But purifying process, I don't know. So it maybe Prabhu can add. He knows. He can tell what is the purifying process. Because as a devotee, this purifying process is mentioned in the scriptures. What we Vaishnavas we study. There are books of principles, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Updesh and Bhagavad Gita. These are all Bhagavatam. All these scriptures, they are giving us direction how we can purify our existence. So, if Haripat Prabhu knows, can you please I'll clear our question of Sanatan Goswami Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
We have our Govind Maharaji with us, and we see Maharaji hand raised, so maybe Maharaji is trying to help me.
Yeah, if Maharaj also can explain.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandvat Maharaj.
Dandvat all goes to Srila Sripad. Nice question regarding austerity, you know.
Yeah.
Austerity. So austerity perform with what motive? Because our Rishabh Dev says tapo divyam, correct? So austerity should be divine, you know, but austerity when it is not connecting to Krishna. Divine means connecting to Krishna's service. So, because without acknowledging Krishna's position as the Bhoktaram Yajya Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, correct? So then one will violate even in the name of austerity. Instead of causing purification, it will only delude him, because he wants to challenge the position of the Lord as the supreme enjoyer, you know, of all the endeavors. Yajya Tapasam. Krishna is the enjoyer, Krishna is the beneficiary of all the austerities one performs, and but when Krishna is disconnected, it becomes material. The literal or philosophical meaning of material means disconnect from Krishna. So any austerity performed with the ignorance of that Krishna is the Bhoktaram Yajya Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. And so Hiranyakashipu is in total deluded you. He is in big illusion. Illusion. He's just challenging the Lord's position and trying to make something permanent in the impermanent zone. You know? That's why he's defying even Dhruva Loka. Dhruva Loka is no more after particular kalpa or something like that, you know, because then he attains the absolute abode, eternal. And so he is thinking that he should attain the Brahma Loka and become permanent there. So he's in ignorance, the illusion. So that's why he's condemned. That he's trying to defy the rule and the arrangement of this material world, the way the Lord has designed. And that's why we don't follow him, you know? And he will be baffled in his endeavor eventually, and the Lord will have the better of him.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
Then question is that as Hiranyakashipu is saying that Dhruva Loka will be vanquished at the end of millennium, and he's saying that I should prefer to remain in the position of Brahma, but Brahma's type also
and make it permanent. Make it permanent.
Oh, if Brahma himself, he doesn't know that Brahma is also.
So he's very
permanent.
He's very deliberately means. You कहते हैं ना कि he is daring to do it, and Brahmaloka is very attractive to him, and he wants to rule the whole universe and making it permanent. But in spite of knowing through his experience that nothing is permanent in this world, but he thinks that through austerity he will control the cosmos, he will control the, you know, even the elements of the this matter, the five tattvas, and he will just overpower them and manipulate them as per his will, and so he's totally confused and very, very audacious. So he's directly defying the authority of the Lord and the arrangement of the Lord. That's why he will be vanquished eventually. He's openly challenging the Lord and his position. So that's why he's demoniac. Yeah. Although he acknowledges that his brother, however powerful he was, was killed by Vishnu. And still he is not getting it, correct? Janiya Shunya Vishakhainu. He knows it. So that is illusion, as we discussed the other day. He's not in delusion. He is very, very much in illusion and thinking that he can challenge, and this time if Vishnu appears or comes, he will become so powerful that he can just defy him. He can defeat him also. This kind of mentality he has, and that's why he's the epitome of materialistic consciousness, where there is no space, no time and space for the Lord's rule or Lord's will. He wants to replace him as the supreme controller and ruler, and if somebody wants to be benefited, everybody follow him. So that is his attitude. That's why the three things which Krishna has established for himself, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. So anybody who thinks like that, I'm the Bhokta, and that he's in a mode of ignorance. Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, if he thinks that I'm the Lord of all the universe, then he's in mode of passion, correct? And if he thinks that he's the well-wisher of everyone, like many so-called stupid, so-called renunciates, they think, they show their blessing, like in the hand, they are plagued by the disease of mode of goodness, and each is more and more deep-rooted. So the conditioning of mode of goodness is very, very strong to uproot, because the whole world worships you and honors you as equal as God. But nonetheless, that's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sukha Sangena Badnati Jnana Sangena Chanakya. Oh Arjun, you don't associate, don't become attached to even mode of goodness, because you are Anagha, you are totally free from sin. So sin means any tinge of one of the three modes of material nature, And Hiranyakashipu is a combination of all three, And so he's there couldn't be a greater illusion person than Hiranyakashipu, period. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Maharaji, thank you. Prabhuji,
So you have several series of questions. So maybe another we can go. Hare Krishna, Sanatan Swami Prabhu.
yeah, Prabhuji. One thing is, just a second, Prabhu. I have
Yeah.
So, whatever the intention we have, somehow we get the benediction for our austerity. So why is it happening? Whether self-enjoyment or whether it is the divine purpose. So, our austerity, we are getting the benediction. So, if it is not right, then why it should happen? Shyam Krishna Prabhu is muted. Hare Krishna Prabhu, yeah.
So if it is not right, then why he is getting the benediction, or why he is getting the result? Yeah, that is the ultimate purpose of this creation was that this material creation was that because the jiva, the living entity, has a desire separate from the desire of the Lord, what the Lord wants. The Lord has given free will to the living entity. Lord is not. That is his very kind, his mercy. He doesn't want that we become robots. just to come and then do everything. So that is that the free will. When the divinity follows in alignment with the desire, with the given rules and laws of the Lord, then he is having this material creation and he will create himself. But when he is not following, when he has intentions other than thing, or to disturb the functioning of this universe, so then what happens? Even because of his desire, because of austerity, the result he will get definitely because he's doing austerity. That is meant this Earth planet. People do so much austerity. Even general people also we see, the doctors, the scientists, they also do so much of austerity. They don't take food for some days. They don't have some leisure or anything. Just they are so much involved, so much busy in their experiments, research. Now they forget everything. Their family, their lifestyle, the food and everything, even those things. So that is also one austerity. What general people do. So that is the way it is made, that in this universe, whenever you do the austerity, he will get material benedictions, but not the, he won't be able to disturb the functioning, the creation, annihilation, all these things. That way he won't be able to. He is made like that, but he will get one limit is that he will.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So limit is that till where he can achieve certain things, not as his will and desire. Because when the Lord creates also, he knows very well because we are part and parcel of him. So Lord knows how much we can desire or what we can. The Lord has once created us. He don't know that what we can go. And that way he has created this material world, and also he has given the results of the austerities till what level he can achieve, and he can do whatever he wants by that achievement in this creation, or as much when they go and pray and then they say, but Lord, he can do up till this. By austerity also he gets this benediction, and he acquires what is that, pious the results of that. But what happens ultimately when the piety finishes, one who gets a material benediction, when the piety results of the pious also is according to the austerity done to that also will finish up till what extent he has done the austerity. One day by doing this, by achieving or by fulfilling those achievements, those desires, those material achievements, that also will, by using it will finish one day. And when it finishes, then again he has to begin from point zero. So intelligent person, he won't go for all these results of the pious activities and this thing, doing all this useless, or we could say, no, just going after that, but not doing devotional activities. Now opening hospitals and schools, that is okay. One has money, one does that, but that doesn't mean that he shouldn't do devotional service. Satisfy the Lord. But those activities can be transformed as a result, as a offering to the Lord. We also have our hospitals. Our devotees also are working in their hospitals. We also have education, Gurukul. That is in with alignment with how the Lord wants, how it should function. Education system, what it should be. If one Ayurveda, one doctor, one Ayurveda, he treats, so he does accordingly. So the person becomes healthy, and then he is able to continue his responsibilities in the proper rules mentioned, in the rules of the laws of mankind, what you should do in that. All these things. Does it answer my does it answer your question, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah. So this time is already over. So shall we conclude, Prabhuji?
Yeah. As you say. So I will conclude then.
Yes, Prabhuji, we may conclude.
जय ग्रंथराज भागवतम की जय,
जय।
जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय,
जय।
जय वैष्णव आचार्य बोधिस की जय, assembled all
जय।
भक्तवृंद की जय,
जय।
जय गो हरि हरि।
His Grace Shyam Kishore Prabhu ki jai. Thank you all for joining. See you all in tomorrow's class. Hare Krishna.